during a staged negotiation, Hanzo captured Konan and set an ambush at the agreed location, leading to the near annihilation of the Akatsuki and forcing Yahiko to commit suicide. This event shattered Nagato's sanity, leading him to summon the demonic statue of the Outer Path with a single goal: to make the world feel pain. Despite understanding Nagato's pain after hearing his story, Naruto could not forgive his evil action. Nevertheless, Naruto remained steadfast in Jiraiya's teaching, believing that if peace truly existed, he would achieve it. This was the same sentiment Nagato had once expressed to Jiraiya, who had included it in the ending of his first novel. After experiencing similar pain, one of the prophesied children chose revenge, while the other held firmly to his ideal. Ultimately, Nagato was moved by Naruto's word, wishing to see the world Naruto envisioned. He used the last of his chakra to perform the samsara of heavenly life technique. In the center of the ruin, the king of hell opened its mouth, releasing countless souls. All the Konoha shinobi who had died in the battle were revived. Due to excessive chakra depletion, Nagato died. Having defeated Pain, Naruto transformed from an outcast to a revered hero. After the battle with Pain, Danzo took advantage of Tsunade's coma and finally became the acting Hokage. At this moment, Killer Bee's 3 disciples arrived at Konoha, demanding answer. Danzo, now the Hokage, read the Raikage letter and learned that Sasuke had joined the Akatsuki and kidnapped Killer Bee. In response, he issued his first decree as Hokage, the immediate execution of Uchiha Sasuke. Meanwhile, Sasuke, having left the Akatsuki, encountered Tobi on his way back to Konoha. Tobi threatened Sasuke, citing the failure to capture the tailed beast, but Sasuke was indifferent and attacked with Chidori, only for Tobi to phase through the attack. Tobi then informed Sasuke about Konoha's destruction and Danzo's appointment as Hokage, even revealing Danzo's exact location. Confident in his newly mastered Susanoo, Sasuke decided to confront the Kage summit alone. Naruto, unwilling to betray Sasuke, allowed himself to be beaten by Karui. Meanwhile, Danzo received an invitation to the 5 Kage summit. Since Danzo had only been appointed by the daimyo and had not yet received the approval of the Jonin, he saw the summit as an opportunity to gain political leverage. After being saved by Sai, Naruto resolved to ask the Raikage to rescind Sasuke's bounty. He shared with Kakashi the information he had learned from meeting Minato. The Nine Tails attack 16 years ago was orchestrated by the Masked Man, who was also controlling the Akatsuki from the shadows. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Kakashi decided to accompany Naruto, along with Yamato, to meet the Raikage. The 5 Kage summit proceeded as scheduled. Gaara, the Kazekage, bid farewell to his people, and set off with Temari and Kenkuro. The strongest of the 5 Kage, Inoki, the Tsuchikage, also embarked on the journey with Akatsuchi and Kuratsuchi. This was Inoki's first appearance, and his constant complaints of back pain made him seem like a frail old man. The newly appointed Mizukage, Mei Terumi, was a mature and charming woman. Her bodyguards were Chojuro, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, and Ao, who possessed a Byakugan. Mei was particularly sensitive about marriage-related topics, having missed her own wedding. Danzo, now the Hokage, was accompanied by his bodyguards, Fu Yamanaka and Torine of Urame. Along the way, Danzo showcased his Sharingan by effortlessly killing ambushing ninjas. The 5 Kage summit was to be held in the Land of Iron, a location known for its treacherous terrain and cold climate. While Sasuke, guided by White Zetsu, sought Danzo, Naruto tracked down Killer Bee's disciples and eventually met Raikage. However, Raikage did not recognize Naruto and only agreed to listen to him out of respect for the famous Kakashi. When Naruto asked him to rescind the execution order for Sasuke, he dismissed him outright. He thought Naruto's willingness to plead for a criminal was foolish. Thus, Naruto's attempt at persuasion failed. The 5 factions gathered, and Team Taka successfully infiltrated the meeting. Sasuke decided to stay hidden and wait for the meeting to end before making his move. The talk started, but the Kage couldn't agree on anything, making it impossible to progress. Danzo, meanwhile, used Shirsue's eye to activate the most powerful genjutsu, Kodo Amatsukami, to control Mifune and have himself recommended as the leader of the allied shinobi forces. However, Danzo didn't anticipate that Ao, possessing the Byakugan, would recognize Shirsue's eye. When Danzo's scheme was exposed, he became the target of suspicion and hostility. At that moment, White Zetsu suddenly appeared and revealed Sasuke's presence. Upon learning Sasuke's location, the Raikage immediately activated his lightning release armor, surrounding his body with powerful lightning chakra. He swiftly appeared beside Sasuke, easily cutting through Suigetsu's Sever Sword and exerting immense pressure on Jugo. Activating his cursed seal level 3 and revealing his beastly nature, was still no match for Raikage. Before Jugo could even finish his line, he was punched into the wall by even Yugo's massive attack. Multiple Lotus non-self-connected cannons couldn't harm the Raikage. He then took a direct hit from the Raikage elbow strike. Taking advantage of the chaos, Sasuke used his Sharingan Genjutsu to control C, who was standing beside the Raikage. This led to a one-on-one battle between Sasuke and the Raikage. At the same time, Obito and Naruto entered into a heart-to-heart conversation mode. Using the abilities of his Sharingan, Sasuke not only dodged the Raikage's attack, but also swiftly launched a Chidori, aiming to pierce A's lightning release armor. However, A countered with a powerful move, grabbing Sasuke and slamming him to the ground. Fortunately, Sasuke activated Susanoo skeletal form just in time to block the deadly blow. Seeing Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan, A didn't hold back and immediately enhanced his lightning chakra mode to its second form, making even his hair stand on end. Sasuke released Amaterasu, but A used his rapid Shunshin no Jutsu to dodge and reappeared behind Sasuke, launching a surprise attack. However, Sasuke's left eye ability allowed him to control the black flames of Amaterasu, covering Susanoo's skeleton with them. Despite this, the Raikage continued his assault, smashing through Susanoo's skeleton in an instant and sending Sasuke flying. Just as it prepared to deliver the final blow, Gaara intervened with his sand, separating the two. Gaara explained to the Raikage that continuing the attack would only injure himself further. Taking this advice to heart, A ruthlessly cut off his burned left hand. At this point, Gaara even tried to persuade Sasuke to turn back, but Sasuke, who was immune even to Naruto's pleas, naturally didn't listen to Gaara. Sasuke responded with Amaterasu, which Gaara blocked with his sand. Sensing Danzo's location, Karen informed Sasuke. Now surrounded and enraged, Sasuke, unconcerned for his comrade's safety, unleashed the second form of Susanoo, shattering the hall's pillars and using the chaos to escape, taking only Karen with him as he headed straight for Danzo. Upon confronting Mifune, Danzo managed to slip away, leaving Sasuke to be held up by Mizukage. Mei Terumi, holding a grudge against the Akatsuki for controlling the fourth Mizukage, created a sealed room using her lava release, and released a corrosive mist, melting Sasuke's Susanoo. Just as Sasuke was on the verge of defeat, White Setsu's spore technique activated, transferring absorbed chakra to Sasuke. Anoki, who had been observing from above, decided to step in, releasing his dust release to kill Sasuke. At that moment, Tobi appeared, rescuing Sasuke and absorbing Karen into his Kamui space to heal him. Tobi then revealed his Eye of the Moon plan, explaining that with the power of all nine-tailed beasts, he could cast infinite Tsukuyomi and bring true unity and peace to the ninja world. Now, he only needed the 9 tails and 8 tails. He requested that the Kage hand them over peacefully. Naturally, the Raikage refused to give up his brother. With negotiations failing, Tobi nonchalantly declared the start of the 4th Great Ninja War, and then used Kamui to escape. The leaders decided to form a ninja alliance to protect the 8 tails and 9 tails, and recommended that Raikage be the commander of the alliance. After Tobi announced the start of the 4th Great Ninja War, the Kage from each village united for a common cause, and agreed to form the Ninja Alliance to safeguard the 8 tails and 9 tails. Meanwhile, the 8 tails Jinchuriki was leisurely following his raccoon mentor, Sabu, learning to sing ninja songs. Sakura, reluctantly embracing Naruto, began her classic confession. She believed that their agreement had burdened Naruto, making him so obsessed with Sasuke. She was the one who initially cried and begged Naruto to bring Sasuke back, and now she wanted Naruto to give up on him. However, Naruto was no longer the love-struck fool he once was. He knew Sakura was deceiving herself, so he pushed her away, and declared that he would pursue Sasuke regardless of his promise to her. After failing to convince Naruto, Sakura turned to Kiba, asking him to find Sasuke's location, as she intended to end everything by killing Sasuke herself. At this moment, Kisame Hashigaki had located Killer Bee. Initially, Killer Bee didn't take Kisame seriously, assuming the Akatsuki were all rookies like Sasuke. He launched a feint attack by throwing a pencil charged with lightning chakra, while his main body circled behind Kisame for a surprise attack. However, the instant Killer Bee's sword touched Kisame, his chakra was drained. Confused, Killer Bee began to transform into his tailed beast form and unleashed his 8 swords technique, but Kisame blocked it effortlessly. It turned out that Kisame's sword, Samahata, could absorb chakra. The situation became tricky, and Killer Bee had no choice but to further transform into his tailed beast form. Nevertheless, his chakra continued to be devoured by Samahata, which grew larger as it absorbed more chakra. To avoid injuring bystanders and revealing his location, Killer Bee opted for a partial tailed beast transformation and launched his lightning release, Lariat. This attack indeed pierced Kisame's stomach, but Kisame, sustained by Samahata, had an extraordinary healing ability, and the large wound healed instantly. Killer Bee found himself at a significant disadvantage. Kisame then unleashed a massive water prison shark dance technique, trapping both Killer Bee and his raccoon mentor in a gigantic water prison. Merging with Samahata, Kisame transformed into a half-human, half-shark monster, his Samahata fusion form. Killer Bee, in a desperate attempt, partially transformed into his tailed beast form and tried to escape with his mentor, but the water prison moved with Kisame. Forced to fight, Killer Bee used his octopus tentacles to latch onto Kisame. After rescuing his mentor, Killer Bee was drained of chakra and attempted to escape using octopus ink, but Kisame tracked him by sensing chakra. Without chakra, Killer Bee was powerless and collapsed. At the critical moment, Samahata surprisingly betrayed Kisame, returning Killer Bee's chakra. In reality, Samahata hadn't truly betrayed Kisame. It was all part of an act orchestrated by Kisame. At the critical moment, Raikage arrived just in time. He and Killer Bee combined their powers to execute a double lariat, severing the head of the fake Kisame. Meanwhile, the real Kisame's infiltration plan had already been set in motion when Samahata got close to Killer Bee. Meanwhile, Danzo was intercepted by Toby. Although his two bodyguards quickly saw through Toby's ability, Toby managed to absorb them into the Kamui dimension, losing only one arm in the process. Toby then released Sasuke and Karen. Danzo unsealed his right arm, revealing a grotesque array of Sharingan embedded in it. Sasuke demanded to know if Danzo had ordered Itachi to massacre the Uchiha clan. Danzo, without answering, lunged at Sasuke, but was immediately caught by Susanoo. Danzo lectured Sasuke about how a true ninja sacrifices himself in the shadows to maintain peace in the ninja world. However, Sasuke, consumed by hatred, was in no mood for Danzo's justifications and crushed him. Just as Sasuke thought victory was too easy, Danzo miraculously revived. Sasuke attacked again, pulverizing Danzo, who still survived. When Sasuke used Amaterasu, Danzo once again emerged unscathed. Karen noticed that each time Danzo died, one of the Sharingan on his arm closed. This was the forbidden Uchiha technique, Izanagi, which allows the user to rewrite reality and reverse death for about a minute. Danzo exploited this to appear immortal, but the number of eyes was finite, and Toby posed a significant threat. Despite his frail appearance, Danzo was actually highly skilled in wind release. He launched a fierce attack using wind release, shuriken combined with taijutsu. When Sasuke attempted to use genjutsu, Danzo was able to break free and took advantage of the opportunity to restrain Sasuke with a sealing jutsu. Seizing Sasuke's Kusanagi sword, Danzo was ready to execute him. Seeing the situation turning dire, Toby also prepared to step in and assist. Unexpectedly, Danzo's words provoked Sasuke's hatred, causing his Susanoo to evolve once again and break free from the restraint. Danzo, unable to form hand signs in time, resorted to using wood release to defend against Sasuke's attack. It turned out that Danzo had secretly transplanted Hashirama's cells to control the many Sharingan he possessed. However, Susanoo's defense was too strong, so Danzo summoned the legendary Baku to assist. Together with his wind release, he managed to cut through Susanoo, but in the end, Sasuke's fire release countered the attack, causing Danzo's plan to fail. It seemed that Danzo had been defeated by elemental weakness. As the battle reached its final stage, Sasuke, wielding the Sharingan, had long noticed the abnormality in Danzo's arm. Through subtle localized genjutsu and relentless continuous rapid attacks, he distracted Danzo, causing him to make a fatal miscalculation about the number of Sharingan remaining. In the final clash, Danzo channeled most of his remaining chakra into his blade, while Sasuke used his Chidori. The result of their mutual strike left Danzo seriously injured. The sudden loss of control over Hashirama's cells worsened the situation for Danzo, forcing him to cut off his own right arm. He then ripped off the bandages covering his eye, revealing that Shirsue's Kodo Amatsukami was his true trump card. Planning to stall for time, Danzo took Karen as a hostage, calculating that he could subdue Sasuke, and then use Kodo Amatsukami to control Toby. However, Sasuke, now fully consumed by darkness, showed no concern for Karen's life. With a single Chidori, he pierced through both Karen and Danzo's heart. Defeated, Danzo reminisced about the third Hokage always being one step ahead of him. As Toby prepared to finish Danzo off, Danzo activated the reverse four symbols sealing technique, releasing dark blood from his chest in an attempt to take his enemies with him. Toby noticed in time, allowing Sasuke to escape. In his final act, Danzo sealed Shirsue's eye and took down half a bridge, arguably surpassing the third Hokage in this last act defiance. Sakura's initial infatuation with Sasuke seemed to be mostly superficial attraction. Even now, she still doesn't fully grasp the weight of Sasuke's burden. Only she could come up with such an extreme plan as assassinating Sasuke. Meanwhile, Toby, after retrieving Danzo's body, reminded Sasuke to eliminate Karen since she knew too many secrets about the Akatsuki. Just as Sasuke was about to kill Karen with Chidori, Sakura arrived, expressing deep regret for not having defected with Sasuke earlier. Sasuke gave her a chance to prove her loyalty by killing Karen. Even Kakashi's arrival didn't faze Sasuke, who boldly declared he would kill his former mentor. Kakashi, now understanding the third Hokage's pain of having to fight a beloved student, prepared for battle. Sasuke attacked first, and Kakashi countered with an earth-style wall. As the smoke cleared, their fight moved under the bridge. Sasuke sarcastically praised Kakashi for mastering the Sharingan as an outsider, and then unleashed arrows from his Susanoo. However, Kakashi used Kamui to warp them away, impressing Sasuke. Sasuke revealed the third stage of his Susanoo, but he was quickly hindered bewildered by the imminent blindness from overusing his eyes. Taking advantage of the brief moment, Sakura rushed towards Sasuke once again. However, just as her kunai was about to strike, she froze. But Sasuke, unconcerned for Sakura's life, quickly snatched the kunai and swung it back at her. Naruto, in an attempt to save Sakura, was nearly disfigured by Sasuke, who was on the verge of blindness. Just as Kakashi prepared to finish Sasuke off with his Raikiri, Naruto stepped in and acted first. Then, with a Rasengan in hand, Naruto charged towards Sasuke. As Sasuke had once said, top-tier ninjas only need to fight once to understand each other's thought, and that's exactly the case between them now. The moment Sasuke's Chidori clashed with Naruto's Rasengan, the two were transported into each other's mental world. Naruto, who had always been shunned by the villagers as the Nine-Tails host, had no one who truly cared about him, apart from Iruka-sensei and Sasuke. This is why Sasuke was the person Naruto wanted to be closest to. Becoming friends with Sasuke had always been his goal, and even if everyone else gave up on Sasuke, Naruto never would. As the massive shockwave from their clash erupted, both were sent flying. Sasuke was saved by White Zetsu, while Kakashi caught Naruto. Then, Tobi appeared, having changed his clothes. Despite being close to the Nine-Tails, he decided to retreat with Sasuke. Before parting ways, Naruto walked up to Sasuke and declared that he wanted to die with him. He believed that perhaps in another world, they could truly understand each other. At that time, instead of using words to persuade Sasuke, Naruto would prove himself through battle. Sasuke smiled genuinely for the first time since his quest for revenge began. During this, Kakashi attempted to use Kamui against Tobi. Tobi, after stopping Kakashi's futile efforts, absorbed Sasuke into the Kamui dimension. Sasuke, now completely blind, expressed his desire to transplant Itachi's eyes to respond to Naruto's resolve. Meanwhile, Root was thrown into chaos after Danzo's death. Kisame's body reverted to White Zetsu, revealing that it was all part of Tobi's plan. Now, Killer Bee was essentially carrying a ticking time bomb. Killer Bee, undeterred, started his personal concert upon returning to the village, only to be stopped by the Raikage's lethal leg scissor. The Raikage urgently contacted the daimyos, marking the beginning of the Fourth Great Ninja War. To evade Tobi's pursuit, Naruto and Killer Bee were sent to the Mobile Turtle Island by their respective Kages. They were accompanied by Yamato and Might Guy. Usually full of energy, Guy was now quite exhausted from seasickness. In the prophecy of the Great Toad Sage, it was foretold that Naruto would be guided by an octopus. This octopus referred to none other than Killer Bee, the perfect Jinchuriki. After settling on the island, the first thing Naruto did was visit Killer Bee, hoping he could teach him how to control the Nine-Tails power. However, Killer Bee wanted to observe Naruto's character first, so the Cloud Ninja assigned to host Naruto took him to the Falls of Truth, where Killer Bee had once trained. At the Falls of Truth, one's inner darkness is reflected. Naruto was taken aback when he saw another version of himself emerge slowly from the waterfall. After failing the initial challenge, Naruto learned a lot about Killer Bee's past from Motoi. He discovered that during the process of taming the Eight Tails in the hidden Cloud Village, the beast had gone berserk multiple times, killing many Cloud Ninjas. This caused the villagers to despise both the Eight Tails and its Jinchuriki. But Killer Bee didn't care about their hatred. With his strong, independent spirit and unique hobbies, he managed to change many people's hearts, including Motoi, who had initially sought revenge for his father's death. Inspired by Killer Bee's story, Naruto eventually overcame his own darkness and passed the test. Following this, Killer Bee led Naruto and Yamato to the temple, where he had become a perfect Jinchuriki. There, Killer Bee and Naruto had some playful moments that caused Yamato quite a bit of concern, adding a touch of humor to the scene. The challenge at the Falls of Truth was preparation for this moment, because only a Jinchuriki with no inner darkness can communicate with their tailed beast. The training rules were simple. Naruto had to use the key to unlock the seal and extract chakra from the Nine-Tails. During this process, the Eight Tails would assist Naruto. Thus, the battle between Naruto and the Nine-Tails was about to begin once again. After hitting the Nine-Tails with a Rasen Shuriken, Naruto started to seize its chakra.